Hello, beautiful patrons. It is Monday. I'm recording a Monday update on an actual Monday, so that's pretty fantastic so far this week. Let's see. We've got cool new stuff up at the site. We've got cool new poetry by folks like Melinda Palacio. Very cool stuff. Check it out. But mostly we have mellow tone. We have a new music feature up, Mellotone. Now, Mellotone is Swedish trip hop. Swedish means they're from Sweden, and trip hop, I'm not entirely certain what trip hop means. I believe it means they are descended from Portishead, which is a wonderful thing to say and be. I didn't mention it in our little reviewlet of it because, most people don't, most people who aren't my age probably don't consider Portishead the pinnacle of all music, but they should. So yeah, we've got a new Descendant of Portishead Mellotone up, and you should definitely go listen to that right now. We've also got some new videos of my work. Let's see, back in late 2016, as most of the subscribers here may remember me talking about incessantly, I did several shows in South Louisiana, and we've got some videos up finally of those recordings. Excuse me. We've got two videos up on Unlikely Now, and under the brilliantly descriptive heading, 2 videos of 3 readings. So, those should be easy to find. And one of them is poems from the book Standards of Sedity, and the other is poems not from the book Standards of Sedity. They're divided up like that and spliced together over a few different readings here in New Orleans. So, if you like my work, I hope you'll check those out. And I've also made my 2008 chapbook, Prosthetic Gods, available for free download on at the Unlikely Book site there at Unlikely Stories. The actual book is $6 off of Amazon, so you should probably buy that too anyway. But you can now get Prosthetic Gods and download it for free. My most recent book is, of course, Standards of Sedity, which was released last year, and Prosthetic Gods was the poetry chapbook before it, which was released in 2008. So, yeah, nobody said I'm prolific. And I am reading this, The Kingdom of Zydeco, a fantastic book. I'm still studying Louisiana music in general, in conjunction with the opera that I'm writing, and also because I want to and it's fun. And this is a fantastic book. It talks about the Zydeco, the music from all the little small towns in southwestern Louisiana. It goes into enormous detail about those small towns and the musicians that played there. It really makes you feel like you're in some of these places. In the early chapters, it talks about the house dances, how whoever had the biggest house in the small town would host the dance, and sometimes they'd have to do things like put cinder blocks under the floor. I may have to back up. This is flood country we're talking about, southwest Louisiana. So the houses are built on short stilts. Almost all the houses still are built on short stilts. Well, if you had a wooden floor built on short stilts and you had a large dance, you'd have to put additional cinder blocks there under the crawl space beneath the house so that the floor could support all the dancers. And it talks about the eventual movement from those house dances over to the clubs, and you really feel like you're there in those house dances. I do anyway. I lived in Southwest Louisiana in relatively small towns for 5 years. But, even so, the book's brilliantly described. It's really, really thorough, and it really puts you there. And of course, all the songs they talk about, most all the songs they talk about can be found on the YouTubes. And it can be a really immersive experience into the 20th century Zydeco. It's June, which means I moved to New Orleans a year ago, and I am eternally grateful that I entered Louisiana not through New Orleans, but from the Southwest, and got to visit a lot of these small towns. Not that they're necessarily all that interesting in and of themselves, but you take the totality of that rural Louisiana culture. You take Lafayette mostly, and you take a few experiences, some rural Mardi Gras in places like Church Point, and you really get a feeling from where Louisiana comes from. So many people come to New Orleans and just live in a New Orleans bubble, and it's like New York South to them. It's not the way to see the South. It's not the way to do Louisiana. And I'm really grateful to have these experiences in Southwest Louisiana. And if you want to have experiences in Southwest Louisiana, you should definitely go to Festival International once a year in Lafayette. It is an incredible free music festival, stuck there in the middle of Jazz Fest in order to bleed Jazz Fest tourists away from New Orleans to Lafayette, and really a wonderful thing, much cooler than Jazz Fest. Can't recommend it enough. That's every April. Okay, that's about it for now. We're going to keep publishing up until July 3rd, and then we'll take a break. Next week, from about July 1st through 5th, Roz and I will be visiting our friends up in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, Wendy Taylor Carlisle and her wonderful husband, Dave. So I will try to make at least one vlog from there. But that's it. Okay, bye bye.